The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights visited Cameroon recently and insisted on dialogue to end the ongoing Anglophone crisis that have killed more than 10,000 people and more than 250 villages burnt down, close to 1 million Southern Cameroonian displaced, and many living as refugee in other countries begging for food, and many died in the forest, and some are still living in the forest. And the United Nations Human Rights chief went to Cameroon in the absence of President Paul Biya. I don't know why. Whether President Paul Biya was afraid to meet him or what, I don't understand. But he was speaking to Cameroonians during a press conference organized by him in Yaoundé. That was on the 7th of August, 2024. And in that press conference, he made mention of a lot of issues. Human rights violation committed by the Ambazonia fighters and the military in Cameroon, in southern Cameroon, and he insisted that the government should be the one to organize a genuine dialogue, meaning the United Nations do not recognize the dialogue, national dialogue that was organized in 2019 that President Paul Biya is holding on to. And this will maybe help the crisis, but I keep on talking about that the United Nations have a great role to play in order to stop the crisis in Southern Cameroon, because the United Nations is sitting on the truth concerning the crisis in Southern Cameroon. The United Nations is sitting on. I asked a question in one of my videos. Why is it that Southern Cameroon or British Cameroon was allowed to gain independence by joining others, not having independence like any other trust territory under the United Nations, that they achieved their independence without joining any person? And the United Nations are the one to answer this particular question. So if you are joining TFA Talking Point for your first time, the only thing you need to do is to subscribe to our channel and also follow us on all our social media platforms. Drop your own contribution or a proposal under the comment section, because TFA Talking Point is all about proposing lasting solution to societal problems. So when I see into it that the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights went to Cameroon, I say, oh, God is answering my prayer and the prayer of many Cameroonians. And another thing I came to discover that is that he did not go to Southern Cameroon. He did not go to Southern Cameroon to see for himself what the people of Southern Cameroon are going through. But on a TV station, he may mention that the Ambazonia are the one preventing non-governmental organization, humanitarian organization, not to go to Southern Cameroon. But I'm going to correct him here to say that it is not only the Ambazonia restricting a non-governmental organization and humanitarian organization to go into Southern Cameroon, but the government of Cameroon is also restricted, because the government of Cameroon came one time accusing Doctors Without Borders that they are carrying weapons to the Ambazonia, accused Aya Foundation that they are carrying weapons to the Ambazonia. So with all this, they started frustrating the lives of non-governmental organizations and humanitarian organizations, and many of them, after some, were being killed. I don't know whether they were killed by the military or by the Ambazonia, but many people were afraid, and that is the main reason. It is not he should talk to the government or President Paul Biya, because they are the one. If they want humanitarian aid to enter Southern Cameroon, it will enter, because people have been going to Southern Cameroon and coming back. They have been guided by the military. The military can guide them to go and distribute food to the people of Southern Cameroon, not only maybe allowing them vulnerable to move into Southern Cameroon. That statement is not correct. And he made mention of many issues there. He expressed great regret that the crisis turned into what it is today. It's something that started as a peaceful protest in 2016, but the government of Cameroon failed to handle it. They wanted to use it in order to assimilate the people of Southern Cameroon. It was an opportunity for President Paul Biya, and they took that opportunity and they are using it very well, because close to millions Southern Cameroonians are now living in Francophone regions, and all of them have been assimilated by the government of President Paul Biya, and that is a great achievement to President Paul Biya because he took over power with one objective, to assimilate the people of Southern Cameroon. And openly in Paris in 2019, he said that he has been struggling to assimilate the people of Southern Cameroon but failed. So he took the Anglophone crisis as an opportunity. That is why it turned into what it is today. He also noted that many people have been killed and close to 700,000 children have been denied their right to education. It is more than 700,000. It's millions of Southern Cameroonians. Children are not going to school. They are not going to school. And even those trying to go to school, psychological problem will not allow them. And there is no education in Southern Cameroon. Children, we can only say that they know how to read and write. They are not learning anything that can impact their life, can help them in future. That is why poverty is looming around Southern Cameroonians. Describing the accompanying atrocity as unacceptable, the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner condemned the killing, unlawful killing, treatment and torture, kidnappings for ransom, and restriction of movement, of freedom of movement. He denied that it should not, is not okay. And this is what TFA Talking Point have been campaigning throughout this period. If we can fight without killing our own people, then it is the best thing to. We will achieve what we are having it, and everybody will enjoy it. And then with that maltreatment, there are thousands of Southern Cameroonians today that are crippled, that can never be, they are disabled. They have joined the disabled community because of the Anglophone crisis. And they talk about torture. Torture is already part of the people of Southern Cameroon, because they today don't know whether they should be finding food or trying not to get killed. Torture is just part of the, when there any mistake, you will be tortured. Kidnapping is the only means, the highest business now in Southern Cameroon because of the Anglophone crisis. A restriction of movement, that is lockdown. It's not only the lockdowns that the Ambazonia declares on Mondays. The government also, whenever something happens, they declare that area. Everybody has to stay home. Even they don't say it, you must stay home, because if you go out, the government will accuse you and say you are an Ambazonia. And then they have their own ways. They say no burn skin. It is a lockdown, restriction of movement and businesses. So it is terrible. This is just the first part of my evaluation of the visit of the United Nations High Commissioner to Cameroon. United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights in Cameroon. So this is the first part of it. Follow up for the second part, because I have to talk more about what he did